This video is going to be a video about my experience flying from Boston, which is in the United States, to Sydney in Australia. It was a very long travel day, like the longest day of my life, but it was very interesting. So hopefully if you guys are planning on traveling to Sydney, this helps you out. And if you're just curious what a 30-hour travel day and 21 hours on a plane feels like, then keep watching and you'll see the ups and the downs, the fun times and the rough times and the struggles and what I did to make it through to Australia, which is where I am right now. This is my dorm room in Sydney. So it started out with me and my dad. My dad drove me from our house in Rhode Island to the Logan airport, which is in Boston. That was pretty chill. It was very quick. We left the house super early, so we were like completely prepared for any kind of traffic or anything. We're driving to the airport and it is, what time is it, Dad? 10:27 a.m. on July 19th, 2018. To the airport, we went to go check our bags and I was very excited. I was dressed in my little travel outfit. I wore sweatpants from Brandy Melville, a t-shirt from Levi's, and I wore just like my light pink Adidas shoes because they feel the most like slippers than any of my other sneakers. So I wore those and it was like super comfortable. Like I was totally comfortable for the whole time. Update. We're at the airport and I cannot physically move these bags by myself very easily, so this should be interesting. We're about to go check my bags. So we went to go to the baggage claim and my suitcase was like 5 pounds over the weight, and so it was going to be like $200 of charges for literally like 5 pounds. So we ended up being able to switch 5 pounds from my oversized suitcase to the smaller one, and everything was fine in the end and we didn't have any oversized fees. So then after I got my bags checked, I went to the security line. I said goodbye to my dad and then he left, and then I was officially on my own. So I went through security and it was all fine. Then I went and got lunch in the airport before I got on my flight so that I wouldn't be hungry on the plane. After I got lunch, I boarded the plane and the plane left Boston at 3:55 and was a 6-hour flight to San Francisco, California. In California, when I got there, it was 7 p.m. their time, and then I had a 3-hour layover there, which I just got some food and hung out, and I'll put a little clip from that in here. So I just landed in San Francisco, California, 6-hour flight from Boston to San Francisco. Can you tell I'm in the international section? So I have a 3-hour layover here and then I fly 15 hours from San Francisco to Sydney. So I think right now I'm just gonna go and remove my makeup because it's kind of like a mess right now. And so I'm gonna remove my makeup and change my clothes. Just going to mentally prepare myself for a 15-hour flight, and I have to get something to eat so that I'm not starving, and then hopefully I'll be able to sleep on this flight because, okay, so right now it's like 8 p.m. San Francisco time, but that means it's like 11 p.m. Rhode Island time, which is where I just flew out of, and then I'm flying into Sydney at like 7 a.m. So I'm gonna try to sleep on the flight and then wake up like refreshed and ready to go. And then I prepared myself for a 15-hour flight, which, guys, it's so crazy just like mentally preparing for that, but also like physically preparing for that. The 15-hour flight, to prepare for it, I had already been on a plane for 6 hours and I had been in my travel clothes for so long, so I wanted to change, which you'll be able to see in the clips from the second airplane. I had my little travel neck pillow, which looks kind of funny when you put it on, but it helped me sleep a little bit on the 15-hour flight. But I only slept for maybe a total of like 5 hours on a 15-hour flight, and let me tell you, I felt every single hour of that flight. It was so long, like it was so long. They also serve a bunch of meals on the plane, which I was excited about, so I wouldn't have to bring food on the plane. And when I got there, I realized that all their meals have dairy in them, which I am actually non-dairy, so I literally could not eat anything on the plane that they were serving except for their pretzels. So I survived on pretzels for 15 hours. So I finally got through the 15 hours. It felt so long. Here's a clip of me in the bathroom just being like, I'm so done. So I don't know if you can hear me because it's pretty loud in here, but I am on flight to Sydney, 3 hours away from Sydney. It's the longest flight ever, and I'm just ready to be done. Finally, we arrived in Sydney at 7 a.m. Sydney time, and 7 a.m. Sydney time was 4 p.m. Rhode Island time. So I was like jet lagged. Like, I'm still getting over it. Right now it's 3 days into my semester here and I'm still getting over jet lag. I woke up this morning at 3 a.m. and I was like, all right, I'm forcing myself to go back to sleep. So I got a few more hours of sleep, but I'm slowly getting my sleep schedule back. I hope, Ginny, if you're watching this, which I know you are, that things are going well in New York. I hope things are good in New York City. It's been an interesting first couple of days and I will keep reporting what's going on. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.